Brilliance Audio presents Dying for Love, the true story of a millionaire dentist, his unfaithful wife, and the affair that ended in murder. By Carlton Smith, performed by Donna Postel. The killer drove through the narrow streets of the small town in west-central Pennsylvania. It was raining lightly, a midnight offloading of warm, wet, windy, fat drops torpedoing down from the muggy darkness above. The intermittent spatter rendered the oily asphalt ahead shiny in his headlights. The atmosphere was pregnant with the sullenness of heavier thunderstorms that threatened from the northwest. It was the sort of edgy night that could make anyone sweat and wish it would just get it over with and pour. The wipers slept desultorily back and forth across the killer's windshield, beating a refrain of inevitability. The time had come, had come, had come, had come, in an almost maddening cadence. Something had to give. There had to be an end to it. The killer was more than ready to make sure it all stopped, for the sake of peace, and maybe happiness. The houses of the small town were older, and the streets narrow, like many in this semi-rural stretch of Pennsylvania an hour or so east of Pittsburgh, before automobiles had been invented. Well lived in, yet well loved for more than a century. History in their front yards, their porches, their backyards, their sidewalks. In their Lions Club, Rotary Club, Elks Lodge, and VFW. And in their churches. In the bandstand on the west end of town just before the Conemaugh River. The venerable high school recently converted to upscale office space, side by side with a local trade school. And especially the trees. In this town, moving from one economy to another, many generations had grown up from toddlers to grandparents. Almost everyone knew who everyone else was, if not by name, then by sight. And if not by sight, at least by reputation. This was the heartland of America, at least as the myth tells us it should be. And sometimes it really is. By day, the large, well-branched trees provided comfort and shade for their small, welcoming neighborhoods. Elms and larches, mostly, where, under their protective umbrellas, children played in close-knit groups. But by night, in a sultry, threatening storm like this one, those same trees loomed dark and sinister, branches whipping violently in the warm gusts, their large trunks potential lightning rods, every one. And then a thunderclap, followed 3 or 4 seconds later by the flash, and the smell of ozone. The unpredictable dance between the utter blackness above and the sudden lightning made it easy to think something demonic was hovering in the air. It was certainly safer to pull the covers over one's head and wait for a quieter, drier, cooler, saner dawn. The killer turned off the small 2-lane highway, Route 217. Then found his way into a narrow alley and parked. After some minutes, he got out of his vehicle and made his silent way toward the rear of the darkened house, padding in his sneakers through the small puddles toward the back door, which he knew would be unlocked. Sometime a little after 1:00 a.m., he slipped through the back, moved through the darkened kitchen and dining area, down the hall, and came upon his target, dozing on a sofa in the small living room. What happened next would become a matter of speculation. Did Dr. John Yelenic, a well-regarded 39-year-old Blairsville dentist, awaken and recognize the intruder? Were harsh words exchanged? Was there an argument, then a struggle? Why had the killer come in the middle of the night? Only 2 people could say for sure. And within a very few minutes, one of them would be dead.